Hey guys, what we're going to talk about today is an answer spurred on by questions that have been asked over the years about how to strengthen my lower back. And I'd ask further, and a lot of the times it would be due to pain. And yes, that's a great first impression to strengthen the back, get some more muscle in there, get some stability. But a lot of the times, if you dig a little bit deeper, you find that that's actually not what the person needs. And I'm going to go over one of the main reasons why that is for 90% of our population. So if we're sitting down, a lot of the times our shoulders are forward a little bit, our hands are working, typing, whether we have a keyboard or our hands are on the armrest. Our upper back is round a little bit, our spine gets vertical, and a lot of the times our hamstrings aren't super flexible, right? And our lower back's gonna round a little bit, sometimes slouch. So we're gonna come back here. The chair we know is 90 degrees. But if we look at our spine, it's been this big curvature all the way through. If you wanted to have great posture and tuck that tailbone in the corner of the chair and then open up the chest, that would stack the vertebrae. So let me ask you something. What if I took this person's legs and I extended them straight out? Do you think that that would round the lower back even more? For most people, it would. Their hamstrings would pull their glutes, and their glutes would pull the quadratus lumborum or their spine erectors or their lats, and it would curve the lower spine even more. And you tell them to reach their toes, and they can't. What are we doing almost every day? We're bending over and we're picking things up off the ground. Our back goes into a little bit of flexion about 8,000 times a day. What if we could cut that to 7,000? 7,000 is more than a 10% improvement. If you got 10% more results, an issue like this could be the root cause of sciatica, lower back tissue pain, or just discomfort. And we're able to pick up something without collapsing our shoulders, then we're able to reduce a tremendous amount of pressure in our lower back. To make sure that you can hip hinge forward, your hips can go to 90 degrees without your back going into flexion. Let's learn how to do that. We're gonna put this here and make sure my lower back and neck and everything's straight. Hip hinge. I can't reach the floor. I can't grab my shoes, right? So what is everybody gonna do? They're gonna pick up their shoes like this. That happens so many times a day. Hip hinge forward. Where do I feel the pressure? I feel the pressure in my hamstrings and in my glutes. So what that tells me is I would have to bend my back to pick something up off the ground. Or do I? There's many different ways to pick something up. I can go down onto one knee with a straight back. I could squat down. But if my hips are tight, I can't even go down to the ground like this. So the only other way to pick something up is to hip hinge. So the first time we do this, we want to use a very light weight. For a deadlift, I'm going to call that 45-pound barbell for me. If you weigh less than 162, I'd suggest something much lighter. It's all about form. If you do this incorrectly, you're going to further injure your back. You need to make sure that your spine is completely stacked the whole time. First, notice the knees are right above the ankles. The hips are shifting backwards. If you were to follow the edge of the stick, it's just going straight up and down. This next one is bad form. Knees are coming forward, weight is shifted on the toes, sticks hitting the top of the knees, the hips aren't going that far back. Now there's an easier way to practice this. I want you to get up against the wall, feet are about a foot away, if that, hip hinge back, the knees stay above the ankles, and you're just going to feel a light stretch in the hamstrings. The knees are soft, meaning they're slightly bent. You can adjust a little bit. If you don't feel it in your hamstrings, that means you haven't gone into enough extension yet. This one, it's okay to arch the back a little bit because we're trying to put tension on the hamstrings and the glutes. I want you to do a light weight, do a few reps, and you're going to realize this is a back strengthening exercise because your upper back is working so hard on keeping the vertebrae stacked. Sit in your chair with your tailbone all the way to the corner, keep your chest open, deadlift with a straight back, put your shoes on with a straight back. Till next time, later.